I'm really liking my new Earl Grey. It's like those tweets that say, no one, and then nobody says anything. Absolutely no one, and then nobody says anything. And then me, I really like my new Earl Grey. Not that you guys asked, but yesterday you asked me what new teas I ordered. This is Organic Earl Grey Supreme, and it comes from Harney and Sons. It's my first time having this Earl Grey. I'd been on a different Earl Grey kick. It's really good. Just really hearty, some hearty, tardy. I was going to say farty, but I don't think that. Earl Grey. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this Thursday, October 14th at an earlier time because Thursdays are now Roxy and Winston work together, do-da day. So I'm going to be seeing him in a little bit, so I have to jet, but I wanted to make sure I popped on and talked to you guys for probably like a half an hour about some of the stuff that's going on in the world. There was a new Hawkeye promo that dropped, and we also heard when the show is coming out. It's going to be 6 episodes coming November 24th, so we'll talk about that. Jonah Hill is requesting something from us. I thought it was a really, really great Instagram post that he did, and I will elaborate on that in a little bit. Ted Sarandos is finally speaking. Not finally, he's kind of been speaking, but he's speaking about the Netflix Chappelle controversy. And boy, did he say some controversial things in speaking about the controversy. I'm curious what you guys think about this. I really couldn't, as he was speaking, I was like, I hear you. Like that. So I just want your guys' thoughts on it. And then Ime Udoka did a suspended Marcus Smart. So hell of a start to the Celtics season. But I 100% stand by him. And if a coach sets rules and a player breaks them, you got to suspend them. So we'll talk a little bit about that and all things that you guys want to talk about. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Send in that support. I will say that both here and on the World Girls, support has been really tough this month. It's making both us over there and here, we're going to have to reassess and reimagine how we are going to be doing things moving forward. But for the meantime, while I am here, appreciate the love, the support, you guys checking in, being in here, in the chat, in the Streamlabs, in the super chat, in all of the places. You guys are fucking awesome, and I appreciate you greatly. Shout out to everybody showing up today. Nick Thomas, Kurt Hagens, B. Lee, my girl Brandy, Manny Gonzalez, Chris Martinez, Pino, Rob Fishbeck, poking his head in a little more often. Welcome back, Rob. Steve Cauldron, Matt Munoz, George Pruitt, and everybody else showing up to give their support today. Y'all are the real ones. Let's go into the Streamlabs. Let's see what's going on in there, and then let's break down some of those things that I talked about in the Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. We are waiting. Waiting for our first, so that's what's happening there. All right, cool. Good breakdown of that. Good, Rox. Solid hosting. Let's start by talking about the Hawkeye promo, because I feel like this is the least, I don't even know if I'm overusing the word controversial, but the one that you guys will get mad at me the least, and the least, everybody kind of seems like they're on the same page about this. Hawkeye's coming out November 24th. That's when it's being released. They're releasing 2 of the 6 episodes. There was a promo that dropped with it. Now, some people are thinking that this is going to be the worst of the Marvel shows. I actually really like the way the promo looked. I like the way the trailer previously looked. I like that this is coming out during winter time. It seems like it has to do with Christmas time. It's the most wonderful time for Hawkeye. Sounds like I said hot guy. Ha, 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 ha. I'm looking forward to this. If it comes out on November 24th with 2 episodes, let's see. That means that November 24th is a Wednesday, as they do. So then the third episode should be on the 1st. The fourth should be on the 8th. The fifth should be on the 15th. And the final episode, the sixth episode, should be on the 22nd. So the show should be over by Christmas, which makes way for more shows. I'm down for this ride. I think it's a really good time for the show. I love Haley Steinfeld. I think that this has a lot of potential to be fun, quirky, a little bit light. And I think we could all use a little levity, but maybe it's none of those things. We'll see how it goes. How are you guys feeling about Hawkeye? Do you think this November 24th is a good release? I kind of wish that the Marvel shows, and if you only have 6, I get why you only released 2 at first, but for the press or whatever, I'm not fucking press, but you guys know I get those press screenings, whatever it is. Usually we get the first 3 of something beforehand, and then you guys usually get the first 2 when it starts. And it's always that third one that's the one that really sells me on it. So I kind of wish that they would drop the first 3. I also love how Hulu drops 3, like Handmaid's Tale. The next season it will be 3 episodes and then 1 a week. I feel like it really takes 3 episodes to fully dive into a world. But when there's only 6, to release half at once would be kind of weird. So I get why they're only doing 2. 6 episodes is so short. I like these bite-sized shows, but I do feel like a lot of the shows really could use 8 episodes, 10 episodes. 6 is just so small. So how are you guys feeling? Let me know. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Are you into Hawkeye? Are you looking forward to this being the 24th? Are you glad they're releasing 2 episodes at once? Do you think 6 episodes is too long, too short? Do you not know until you actually watch the show? That's probably the right answer. I'm excited to see the dynamic between, I almost just said Kate and Winston Bishop because I've been watching a lot of New Girl recently. That's Winston's name, Winston Bishop. Wow, plot twist. Winston Bishop is really Kate Bishop's uncle? Husband? What a crossover that would be. Steve Cauldron says Haley Steinfeld also has the final season of Dickinson on Apple TV+. Girl is working, which is a good thing because she's really good. I loved Edge of 17. No, that's an old school reference, but it was excellent. And that's how I feel. So don't wear it out. Let's go into the Streamlabs now. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. See what's going on with you people in here. Leonard Kim for the first one of the day. He says, hey, Dimple Tits, Roxy, how are you doing today? Oh, shit. Supreme Earl Grey really said, step up your game, other teas. I know the word supreme makes me feel fancy. Admittedly, seeing some extra scenes from Hawkeye helped me get past the underwhelming trailer. Why was I the only one who really liked the trailer? All my friends were like, it was so underwhelming. I was like, I kind of dug it. Digging the bun. Thanks, Leonard Kim. Paul 3JP in the Streamlab says, girl, way to bless us with an early show. You're welcome, Apollo. How's your Thursday going? What's the plan this weekend? You bad. Oh, boy, Apollo. This weekend, here's what's going on. On Friday, which is tomorrow, I'm doing Only Stupid Answers in the morning. And then I am doing Live at the Roxy. And then I think I might do some writing, might catch up on some things, maybe grab a drink with a friend, but not positive yet. So that's my Friday. Saturday at 10 a.m., I'm going to start watching DC Fandom. They sent me a big box, by the way. I don't know. Maybe I'll open it tomorrow on the show and do an unboxing. If not, then I'll do it with the DC Movie News crew. But I'm going to watch from 10 to 2. It's supposed to be 4 hours. And then at 2:30 on this channel, once Jake Yacovetta sends me the thumbnail, you'll see that there will be an event for 2:30. We're going to be doing a DC Movie News reunion here live at the Roxy for DC Fandom, talking about the Batman trailer that they said that they're going to drop and all the other things that we're inevitably going to see for DC Fandom for that 4-hour presentation. I'm really fucking stoked on that. It's going to be me, Mikey Christmas, Adam Gertler, Johnny LaQuasto, possibly Ryan. I don't think he's responded to us, but we're really excited about that. So that will be Saturday. And then Saturday night, I don't have any night plans this weekend. Steph has friends from college coming into town. I might kick it with them, but I also want to give them their space. My cousin, I wanted to see. I really don't know what I'm doing this weekend. And then Sunday, I'm doing the National Brain Tumor Society 5K. Dee and Steph are going to walk it with me, so I'm really excited about that. And then we're going to do our Sunday live show for the World Girls. So we've got a lot of things going on. Yeah. Rob says you're not the only one waiting on a thumbnail from Jake. Yeah. I stopped tapping Jake for anything because he's my homie and I felt bad and I didn't want to keep doing it, but I had to tap him for this one. He told me he would get it to me a couple of days ago, but he hasn't. And then he's not here right now. Well, you scared, Jake. You're hiding. Whatever. It's just totally, I'm just, okay. Good one, Rox. Good one. Thanks for asking, Apollo. Appreciate you. Hope you have fun weekend plans. I'm sure you do. Knowing you, you're probably going to be at Mama Shelter, somewhere around there. I actually went to Mama Shelter the other day and I was like, oh my God, if I see Apollo in here right now, that will just really be something. Okay, so moving forward, let's talk a little bit about Jonah Hill. So Jonah Hill went to Instagram and he posted on his Instagram feed. So sometimes I feel like a lot of actors will do this on their story or they'll just do like a one-off thing, but on his feed, he posted something that we see a lot of women in Hollywood post, and I was really, really happy to see a guy post this, and especially Jonah Hill, who I feel like it's super valid because people are nonstop commenting on it. So here's what Jonah Hill said. I know you mean well, but I kindly ask that you not comment on my body. Good or bad, I want to politely let you know it's not helpful and doesn't feel good. Much respect. I don't think he could have phrased this any better because it's not about not commenting on somebody's body when the press says, and I just realized, is me talking about this, me commenting on his body? Let's just leave this not to Jonah Hill. This is about bodies in general. When the press looks at people's bodies, men, women, non-binary people, celebrities in general, and when fans look at them, they feel the need to always comment, wow, it looks like he or she gained a lot of weight. Or, wow, they look so good. Oh my God, they must have lost a ton of weight. Things like that. I think a lot of people feel like the latter is a nice thing to say. And maybe for some people it is. Like when Kumail Nanjiani got ripped for a role, he probably had to spend so much fucking time in the gym that if he had posted those shirtless pictures of him ripped and none of us said anything, he probably would have been like, oh my God, what the fuck? Why'd I spend all that time for? But everybody was like, holy shit, you look unreal. This is nuts. But that is somebody who on purpose posted a shirtless pic after working out with a team for a long time. So it felt more appropriate to comment on it. Somebody like Jonah Hill or any other actor who is not gaining or losing weight on purpose for a specific role where they're playing something, just somebody who's living, who is a performer, whose body changes, as all of ours do. By the way, recently, I feel like I've gained a little bit of weight, but a little bit of weight on somebody small looks like a lot. And prior to that, I had lost a lot of weight. So like I'm somebody whose weight does fluctuate a decent amount. I think a lot of you guys are as well. And it's always bizarre when people do comment on it because it's like, if somebody says, oh my God, you look so skinny, you look so good, then you relate skinny to good, but like maybe 5 extra pounds on me is what is the healthier choice and feels better. But then you don't feel that way. So I liked that Jonah Hill said that good or bad, I want to politely let you know it's not helpful. And I agree with that too, especially because we're all to Jonah Hill strangers. All of us are strangers. We're not his best friends. We're not his family. We are all strangers. And we think we know him because we watch his shit, but we don't. And so for all the fans to constantly be commenting on it, we do not know him. And so it's not helpful. And I always talk to you guys about this on this show when I used to do Roxy's Advice Corner, which I should probably bring back a little bit more. When you're not being useful or helpful, what are you contributing? And to just comment on somebody's weight, good or bad, if it's not helpful and it doesn't feel good for them, which it probably doesn't, then why the fuck are we doing it? So I really appreciated this. I thought it was very valuable. I think we don't see it from men a lot in Hollywood. I think the word brave is probably overused, but it was brave. And I liked Beanie, his sister, commented on it like, That's my brother. And I love that. And there was a lot of positive reinforcement on there. I can read you some celebrities' comments on it. But I was just really happy for him that he felt like he could write this. And people are responding very positively. SZA wrote, absolutely love you. Thank you. Edie Bryant just wrote a check mark. Olivia Munn wrote a heart. Sharon Stone says, can I say you look good because you do with fire? And then a lot of people commented being like, don't say this because that's what he just didn't say. And I was like, it's borderline because it's not about his size. It's just saying he looks good. I don't know. I don't know if that was the right or wrong thing to do. I like Sharon Stone though. Beanie says, who I just called Beanie. It's fine. Beanie says, that's clap, my clap, brother clap, which I loved. A lot of celebs reinforcing what he's saying, which is really nice. So what do you guys think about this? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Super chat in. Be respectful as always. You're the rock stars, so I know I don't even need to remind you of that. And tell me if you have any Jonah Hill posting this thoughts. PLD in the house. What's up, PLD? He says, hello there. Just saying hi and fuck Jake. Can't wait for the show in December. PLD, so excited to see you. I miss you. You never come and say hi to us anymore here. Grateful that you're here. December 3rd, World Girls Show is going to be a happy hour show at Harvell's in Santa Monica. We're going to be announcing tickets shortly. We're really excited for it. It's only going to be a limited amount, so you want to get them while they're hot. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, I know you're still fuzzy on the concept of NFTs. I know. But you should try to get those free NFTs DC Fandom are giving out. They're the first NFTs I've ever gotten my virtual hands on, rolling on the floor laughing. Got a Superman one and a Wonder Woman one. When they sent me the package, is there an NFT in there? I have no fucking idea. I still don't understand the NFT thing. Paul3JP says, oh, no, I already read that. My bad. Thought Paul was getting more support, but he wasn't. I was just shouting him out. For free. Is what it is. Yep. All right. Let me know your thoughts, questions, comments, concerns. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's talk about this Ted Sarandos thing. Last time I talked about the Dave Chappelle situation, most of you guys and I had a really nice, beautiful conversation, whether we agreed or disagreed. It was very civil and lovely. Some of you guys got very upset with me, which is your prerogative. If I say something you don't like, you're allowed to be upset with me. But sucks for me because I love you guys and never am I ever trying to hurt a single one of you guys. So I'm a little nervous to talk about this, but I don't shy away from things that make me nervous because you guys are the rock stars and I feel like this is a good safe space. And I am allowed to talk about whatever I want because this is Live at the Roxy and I started the show. And so it's my show. So I get to speak about these things. But this one is a little nerve-wracking and interesting. So let's go over this thread. This was coming from Variety. They said Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos is doubling down on his defense of Dave Chappelle following the mounting controversy around his latest comedy special. Quote, we have a strong belief that content on screen doesn't directly translate to real-world harm, end quote. So that was the main tweet that went out that everybody was responding to. Some people agree, some people disagree. I'm really curious what you guys think. Here's the rest of the conversation. After addressing top leadership, Sarandos sent a lengthy missive on Monday to the entire company, some of whom have increasingly expressed outrage over jokes about the trans community in The Closer and have scheduled a walkout protest in response. Quote, we know that a number of you have been left angry, disappointed, and hurt by our decision to put Dave Chappelle's latest special on Netflix, end quote. Sarandos wrote in an email obtained by Variety. With, quote, with The Closer, we understand that the concern is not about offensive to some content, but titles which could increase real-world harm, such as further marginalizing already marginalized groups, hate, violence, etc., end quote, the CEO wrote. Quote, last year, we heard similar concerns about 365 days and violence against women. While some employees disagree, we have a strong belief that content on screen doesn't directly translate to real-world harm. The strongest evidence to support this is that violence on screens has grown hugely over the last 30 years, especially with first-party shooter games and yet violent crime has fallen significantly in many countries. Adults can watch violence, assault, and abuse, or enjoy shocking stand up comedy without it causing them to harm others. Chappelle makes harsh jokes about many different groups, which is his style and a reason his fans love his comedy and commentary. Stand up comedians often expose issues that are uncomfortable because the art by nature is a highly provocative. As a leadership team, we do not believe that the closer is intended to incite hatred or violence against anyone per our sensitive content guidelines. Our hope is that you can be hugely inspired by entertaining the world while also living with titles you strongly believe have no place on Netflix. This will not be the last title that causes some of you to wonder if you can still love Netflix. I sincerely hope that you can. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about the co-CEO's response to the Netflix controversy? I feel conflicted. I don't feel conflicted like I think that they should not have posted this video, as I told you guys. I think that it is a stand-up. I think that the censorship of this stand-up would have been inappropriate, but I'm one person and that's my opinion, and my opinion is not necessarily as valid as other people's opinions, especially the opinions of the people who are part of this community. So that's on one hand. On the other hand, for him to equate this to video game violence and violence from first-person shooter games, I don't know if there is a direct correlation between those things. I do understand that he's drawing a correlation saying that violence has gone down in many countries, although video games and violence on TV and movies has gone up. But that's almost like he's saying that there's violence in this special, which I so didn't feel. And if he feels that this special is violent in any way, then I do feel like that is kind of a problem. And I know he didn't directly say that, but it felt like a weird correlation to me. I don't know. It was a little strange. How do you guys feel? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Do you think that he spoke well? Do you think he spoke poorly? I agree that not everything on Netflix is going to be for everybody, and that people should put their money where their mouths are for sure. And if you don't like Netflix and what they're choosing to do, then you should pull your subscription. Paul 3JP in the Streamlabs says, respect to Ted Sarandos. Full stop. Kings recognize kings. I hate when men call themselves kings. I think it's so corny. More people in positions of power should take note. See, people saying things like what you just said, Apollo, make me like what he said less, because like I feel like I'm taking it for face value, and you're like, kings recognize kings, which is Ryan Payne says he picked the wrong subject to connect this Chappelle special to. I kind of feel that he could have used other comedians or television shows to share the correlation. That's how I kind of feel. Like the fact that he's correlating this to gun violence, that is like, why would you connect it to something worse than it is? Something it just doesn't quite make sense to me what he said or what he was trying to get at. Even though initially I think I felt the same way he did, where that if this isn't for you, then it's not for you. But Chappelle, it's a joke, it's a comedy special, so he's making jokes in the comedy special. I felt that way, and then he was like, gun violence and first person shooter, and I was like, well, I also agree that video games violence doesn't lead to violence. I don't know why that's what we're relating this to. It just didn't fully connect for me. Strange move. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Do you have questions, comments, concerns, thoughts about this? Would love to hear from you guys, as it seems that many of you guys don't have thoughts on this. I kind of thought that you would. For, against, agree with him, disagree with him. How are you feeling? Let me know. All right. If you have nothing to say on that. Rob says, where's Glenn? I don't know. I think Glenn probably thought that I was going up a little later. So maybe that's why he's not here yet. Which makes sense because I usually do go up later. But like I said, I had to meet with Winston. So we had to move around the time. And he's filming something with Christian. And Coy was running late. So that means my shit got pushed back late. In life, by the way, remember the domino effect that you have. Like, no shade on Coy, but a little shade on Coy here. If you are running late to something, who knows, maybe somebody domino affected him, then that means, and this is why I'm such a stickler for being on time, and this is the biggest thing that Steph and I get into, because the two of them are constantly an hour late for things, half an hour late for things, 45 minutes late for things, and it kills me. If you're Coy and you're running late for a shoot, I think Winston says Coy. I don't want to throw shade on the wrong person. Yeah. And you're running late for something. And that means that then that throws off not just the people you're running late for, so Christian's day and Winston's day, but then Winston has to be running late for what I'm supposed to be doing with him, because we were going to do it before the show, but now we're doing it after the show. So then domino effect, he's running late for me. That means that my day's thrown off, his day's thrown off, Christian's day's thrown off, which means that I run late for the next thing, which is me going to hopefully go see Grammy, still figuring that out. And then I am supposed to meet up with Dee. So the effect, every time you make a decision or you're late for something because of whatever it is, your domino effect, man. I know. It's just, you can't value your own time over anybody else's. It's not nice. I'm not saying that's what happened here, because I don't know what the fuck happened, but just fucking can't stand it. When I'm late by 5 minutes, like we were meeting Dee, Steph and I were meeting Dee at the theater to go see Halloween Kills. And while we weren't late for the movie, we were supposed to meet there a half hour more before the movie. And Steph and I were 10 minutes late to meet Dee. And she was standing there with a tea, looking perfectly happy and fine being outside the movie. And I felt bad for like 3 hours. Just don't ever want anybody waiting on me. I hate that feeling. Fucking hate that feeling. All right. Streamloves.com/Roxy Stryer. Brendan Marr in the house. He says, hello there, Roxy. You are so awesome in so many ways. Thanks, friend. What was the first film you saw that made you realize the magic and power of cinema? By the way, I'm not a king, because that's stupid. Shade on Apollo. Like, there's some reason when men are like, I'm a total king. It's like, are you? I don't know the first movie that made me realize the magic of cinema. I feel like I answer this differently every time. I saw Fast Times at Ridgemont High when I was like really fucking young. And I remember being like, whoa, movies can be like sex and raunch. I think I was like 6 years old when I saw it or some shit. I remember that Hardball was the first movie I cried in. And that was like, I can't believe that like I didn't see this coming with G Baby. And that was really intense for me. Growing up, I watched a ton of Disney movies, Disney animated movies. Those were all very meaningful to me. Star Wars, I loved growing up and just thinking about like, wow, we're in space. Like movies can take you to space. That's fucking nuts. So I don't know. I think a lot of those were some of the first ones where I was like, damn. And then the first movie that really, the first time I ever said, this is my favorite movie of all time, was when Good Will Hunting. When I saw, it wasn't the first time, or it wasn't when Good Will Hunting came out, because I think that was 97. I think I was about 12 when I sat down and saw Good Will Hunting. And I remember just thinking, this is my favorite movie of all time. This is it. Good Will Hunting is my favorite movie. And it's never not been my favorite movie since then. I want to make people feel that way. So hopefully that answers your question. I appreciate the question. Lady Dog Brandy in the house. Yes, Brandy with that big support. Appreciate you, my dear. Just sending you some love. I can't wait to see you in December. I know, Brandy, the fact that you and I have not seen each other is nuts. It's going to be the best birthday trip to get to hang with everyone. Hope you have a great day. Love ya. XOXO. So much love for you, Brandy. Appreciate you, my dear. You are the shit. And yeah, just fucking love you. Let's see what's going on in the super chat. Jason Freeman says, the statement is a response to some have trying to link Dave's jokes to anti-trans violence. Similar to what people do with violent video games, I agree with Ted's arguments. I've heard some people saying this, but the employees of Netflix that were debating the walkout, especially the trans employees, were saying that the problem with the special was that this incites hatred towards the trans community. And with hatred comes violence, negativity, issues getting jobs, discrimination, all of those things. So while I understand that that is a concern of the trans community and anybody who cares about the trans community, including myself, anytime a joke is made about any community, including the Jewish community, the trans community, the Black community, I could keep naming marginalized communities, but you guys get it. I think in the wrong hands of anybody, that you can use that as ammo. And by ammo, I mean, I'm sure that people hear other people put down Jews and think, wow, there's more people that feel this or whatever, because some people take things literally. Some people don't know how to suss out jokes. Some people. So I hear the concern. And I think that if people are concerned with that, that's a valid concern. I don't see the comparison between this and gun violence in video games. I see a slight link, but I think it was not in the best interest of Ted's argument to correlate those two things. Because while I don't think that the link can be drawn between violence in video games and violence in real life, I don't even think that people should be thinking about gun violence when hearing a stand-up special that makes jokes about Asian people, Black people, Jewish people, and trans people. Then now talking about gun violence is like, whoa, wait. It's bothersome to me when people use comparisons that are not direct comparisons. As much as I'm an analogy kind of gal, I've told you guys this many times. When people compare things, they're like, it's like the Holocaust. And it's like, if it's not the Holocaust, it's not like the Holocaust. To say it's like first-person shooting games and gun violence. If it's not gun violence, it's not like gun violence. These are all such different, separate issues. And to blur the lines between any of them, I think makes it harder to grasp what each scenario is, because they all need to be handled differently. Because hatred towards the trans community doesn't look the same as hatred towards the Jewish community. They look completely different and need to be addressed accordingly. I hope that makes a little more sense of where my head's at. But I hear you. Jason. It's not like I think that he said something egregious and I'm pissed. It just, his argument didn't fully, while I feel like I was actually on his same side, if there are sides here, his argument deterred me from being on that side, not convinced me to be further on that side. I was like, well, actually, I was feeling one way, but now you said that, I'm like, why did you just say that? I don't think it fully connected for me. But I did like when he said, I hope that you guys can choose to love us anyway, even though this isn't the last title that you won't love. That makes sense to me. Not every network, not every place is going to put out the content that you always love. Dirt Higgins says, have a great day, Rocks. Thanks, Kurt. Appreciate it. Apollo 3JP says, laugh my ass off. I regret nothing. Sarandos displaying leadership. When there's a disagreement, you can't just bulldoze your position on people. That goes for all communities. Also, legit asking, if I show up in December, am I going to get jumped by the World Friends? If anybody tries to jump you if you show up in December, they'll get thrown out. We have security. The World Friends is an open community. And if you're there to enjoy yourself and laugh and have fun, then that's what you're there to do. And I don't think any World Friend would jump you. If they did, again, we have security. Melanie says, so last night before the show ended, you girls had mentioned Howard Stern's tickle chair. I looked it up this morning and wow, how did that last as long as it did? Did you think it would last in the times we are in? Do you think it would last in the times we're in now? Yeah, I don't know if Dee and Stephanie what I was talking about with the tickle chair too, but I was a big Stern fan. I never had a problem with the tickle chair. I think it's fucking ridiculous. I hate being tickled, but I don't know if it would last in the times that we're in now. I think it's a silly thing that people got so angry about it, but again, everybody's entitled to their opinion. It is bizarro. I think if it was around now, it'd have to be like people of all different genders and different types. Like it was really just like very hot girls they would put in the tickle chair. So maybe not in that way. Any other questions, comments, concerns before I get out of here to meet up with Winston? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Get in all of your thoughts. Shout out to everybody who joined live for the show to talk about Hawkeye, talk about Jonah Hill, to talk about Ted Sarandos. I know I mentioned briefly that Ime Udoka did suspended Marcus Smart. Just was seeing this today as a Celtics fan. I think that especially when you're a new coach coming in, you kind of have to lay the hammer down, lay the law down sometimes. And if you set rules, we don't know because it's an internal issue. We don't know what Marcus Smart did, but say he skipped a practice or did whatever it was, did something that broke some rule, then the coach is allowed to suspend them for a game and should, because they need to show they're serious about their rules. And otherwise, how do you keep people following those rules? And we know with a lot of athletes, their shit doesn't stink and they're fucking famous and they can do what they want. But when it comes to, if you want to put together a team that is a winning team, there needs to be some order. So I stand by Ime's decision. And it does suck, though, that that's what's happening to start off the season. But that's how I feel. Just implementing a little bit of sports talk into the conversation. I called my brother today to ask him about it. I was like, but why was he suspended? Like, do you have any thoughts? And he's like, no, I like that it's internal, though. And, you got to do what it is. But you got to do what he's doing. But I think it's good to keep it internal. So who knows what it was. And we heard that Marcus Smart's remorseful for it. So I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's like, fuck, I'm missing this game. Fucking remorseful. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see what's going on in here before we get out of here. Christian Hardesty with that support. Thanks, Christian. Hey, Rox. Loving the flannel. Thanks, my dude. This actually came from an old lover of mine. I've always really liked this flannel, though. So thanks for commenting on it. It's very soft at this point. I've had it for a decade. Brennan Marr in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, love you, Roxy. Thanks, babe. Appreciate it. Pink Sweets in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, oh, hi. Look at that flannel. I'm obsessed. Wow, the flannel is a hot commodity. I have no questions today. Just wanted you to know the flannel looked sick. LOL. Okay, bye. Hope you get to hang out with Grammy today. Thanks. I hope so, too. I kind of have to sneeze. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's see. Wow. That's a lot. The big sneeze. Yeah. It's like the most comfortable thing on the planet, and I always feel cool in it, except I hate the fact it has a polo logo on it. That makes me feel not like a king. But I do love this flannel. I tie it around my waist all the time in places that I go because it's just a great thing to throw over anything, and it's nice and warm. And anyway, a lot of flannel love. Just shout out to the flannel in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Lady Dog Brandy. If Paul tries to show up without a ticket, which is what he thinks he can do, then they may get bounced. LOL. Just know I'm the security Apollo, and I'm always watching. XOXO. Brandy, we have real security, although you also are security. And Apollo, are you saying you're going to show up without a ticket? That would be so rude. Why would you come to our show without a ticket? You either support or you don't. No, nobody who comes without a ticket is going to be able to get in. So that would be bizarro. And we won't see you because we'll be inside and we'll be backstage. So I don't know what. Brandon, are you making up that's what he's thinking, or is that what he's actually thinking? It would be stupid as shit. Also in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Look who showed up. Glenn Caesar. Hello and good day to you, Roxy. Thanks for hanging out with us today. How are you? Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you, your dad, Sky, Jet, Grammy, Papa, and your family. Be most excellent to yourselves and each other, Roxy and Rockstars, because you deserve it. Thanks, Glenn. We are getting out of here, but I'm glad that you popped in at the end of the show. Much love to you, to everybody in here. Shout out to, Brandy says he said that. Apollo, if you said that, don't be a prick. In life, always remind yourself, don't be a prick. Apollo, I want you to wake up every day and say, how can I not be a prick today? Because I know it's in you. Because you have good in you. I see it. But you got to remind yourself not to be a king, not to be a prick. Just be a good dude. Glenn says, I did a 3-minute breathing meditation, just breathing in golden sparkles from the sun and blowing out all the yucky energies midway through. I just started laughing out loud spontaneously as I broke through all the heavy stuff that is weighing on me. That sounds really good, Glenn. That sounds awesome. Dirt Hagen says, great idea with the 1 word at a time story on Discord. I absolutely love that game. It's still going and it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I thought that was fun. Reading it, I was like, what the fuck? And they're going down on somebody's mom. And it's just, if you're a patron of the World Girls, then you know what I'm talking about. The 1 word thing has been lit in the Discord. I'm a big Discord fan. I love our Discord. Also in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, Glenn Caesar says, it felt good to just breathe free and clear and laugh just because that's what the actual me felt like doing. I hope that you each are able to just breathe free and clear and laugh just because that's what the actual you feels like doing every day. I like this one, Glenn. This is cute. Glenn says, I hope you each continue breathing in golden sparkles, bring in love, and blow out stress and yucky energy with every inhale and exhale to break apart, remove all types of energetic blockages so you attain balance and get to experience happiness and joy every day. Thank you, Glenn. Apollo 3JP says, I'll stop being a prick and a king if you grab a drink with me. And I am a good dude. One of the better ones out there here in this crazy ass town. This town is crazy. And there are some really bad people here. I agree with what you just said, not with getting a drink with you. Glenn Caesar says, may you find your never-ending fountain of happiness and joy and get to drink from it wherever you can. I hope you remember to say to yourself, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm fully unique, I'm worthy, my story is important and deserves to be seen and heard. I don't know why I said heard like that. So you nerd. Shout out to all of you guys in here. NFL Caleb 22 says, Cowboys about to beat the Patriots this week. Unless they don't. Just saying. Such an aggressive way to come in. Just nope. It's a no from me, dog. A no from me. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Glenn Caesar says, may you breathe in more golden sparkles of love as you inhale and blow out the stress and yucky energy whenever, wherever you need to in each of your days, your weeks, months, and even your years. Remember, we're all still alive, so be you, a sparkling diamond. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs says, I haven't watched it, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. However, while I agree the special shouldn't be taken down or censored, I wonder if that statement is being insensitive to the people and communities that were offended. I don't know. Yeah, I hear you, Leonard Kim. I hear you. I don't know either. I'm just not sure. Glenn Caesar says, may you breathe in more gold sparkles of love as you inhale and blow out stress and yucky energy whenever, wherever. Oh, I think I just read that one. Oh, I think he sent it twice. Yeah, Glenn sent that one twice. Much love to you, Glenn. Send it as many times as you want. I'll take on those golden sparkles. Bye to Andrew Thomas, B. Lee, Ryan Payne, Kurt Higgins, Manny Gonzalez, Andrew Thomas. I already gave Andrew one, but that's the second one. Joseph Ashley, PLD, NFL Caleb 22, even though the Cowboys suck. Pink Sweets, my girl. Joseph, Ty Berman, ZB, John McCoy, my bad. Rob Fishbeck, who reminds us to check our internet. Also, by the way, make your bed. Don't trauma the Holocaust. Brett Miles, Jonathan, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. And put down the toilet seat and live. We don't want those buffoons. But those are our daily reminders. Emmanuel Valor Peters, Dogs 408, all of the people, Redford Reddington, Robert Turner, and everyone, John Perillo, who's in here. Another Streamlabs rolling through. Thanks for the support, especially towards the end of the show, my dears. Glenn Caesar says, Roxy and Rockstars, everyone who's battling, thank you for choosing to. Thanks for showing up and being support for other people around you. Whenever, however, wow, not wherever, just however you can. Doing all that, even when it's a tough challenge, makes you a winner. When you win, we all win. Thanks, Glenn. Adore you. All right, getting out of here. Much love, my friends. Stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you tomorrow morning for Only Stupid Answers and afternoon for Live with Roxy. Later.